Breaking Through by Brenda Smith. Chapter 6, Textbook Learning. Chapter Review. What will you learn in this chapter? What is annotating? What is the Cornell method of note-taking? What is a summary? What is outlining? And what is mapping? Annotating. Annotating is the first in our textbook learning activities. What is annotating? Annotating is a system of marking important ideas. Another word for annotate is to mark. Those are synonyms. So while you're reading, you're underlining, highlighting, marking, making notes so that you can go back and review later. It includes numbers, circles, stars, and written comments. And to annotate, you need to annotate immediately after reading paragraphs and sections. Don't go too long before you annotate or you're going to forget what you've read. If you are underlining main ideas, always underline main ideas. If you are highlighting major details, always highlight major details. Be consistent in your annotating. This will cut down on your study time and definitely cut down on your review so you do better on your test-taking skills. So make sure you come up with some annotations that you can remember to do the same every time, and do it after every paragraph or at least after every page. Don't go past that because your memory is just not good enough to remember what you've been reading, and therefore you have to read again to annotate. That's against what you should be doing when you're annotating. You need to mark as you read. How to annotate. Here are some more specifics. Select important ideas like main ideas and major supporting details. Include numbers, circles, and stars, but be consistent as to when you use what and when. Include written comments such as marginal notes, questions, and key words. I always highlight words that I do not totally understand, but instead of breaking my comprehension and my flow and looking it up in a dictionary, I make an educated guess on what I think it is. I highlight the word, I come back later and I look the word up. Also, I may put a note by that word on the simple definition or the translation of that word, so when I review later, it will be right there so I can lower my study time and prep time to be able to take a test. So whatever you decide to do, be consistent and do it often. This will get you into really good study and learning habits when it comes to textbook annotating and textbook learning skills. Note-taking. Note-taking is our second textbook learning skill in this chapter. For note-taking, it's slightly different from annotating because you're not actually marking anything up. You're using your own words to actually translate the bulk of information into your own words in simple sentences. So we use a lot of note-taking, of course, when we're in the classroom, but we also can note-take when we're studying later on because we're translating complex ideas into simple ideas so we can remember that information more easily. You're going to condense key ideas that you have marked. So if you are note-taking from annotating, then of course you can look at those key ideas that you've marked and you're going to condense it down into phrases or short sentences to really grasp that information. Write quick topic references in the left margins, quick little notes on the left-hand side of your page so you can quickly review that later and it can jog your memory of bigger issues and subjects. Take notes from textbooks. So you can do this on another piece of paper or you can do this in the margin of the textbook. But again, you're simplifying complex ideas. And take notes from lectures. If you're listening to lectures in class, not only will it help you keep focused and help you keep from your mind wandering because your hand is moving in conjunction with you thinking, but it's also a great tool to review later before you take a test. And it will help you review that information without having to look over all the material in that chapter because you'll always have notes on that particular subject. How to note take. Some more specifics. Read a section, Then review your thoughts. Close your eyes. Think about it. What did I just read? Write sentence summaries on the right side of your paper. Short, concise, condensed. Include main ideas and key supporting details, meaning major details only. Write keywords in the left column, words you do not know and need to look up, or words that you know will be on that test because they're complex terms that have to do with that subject area. And use abbreviations, but be consistent. Otherwise, when you go back, you're not even going to know what you wrote. You're not going to understand your own abbreviation. So if you're going to abbreviate, be consistent in your abbreviations. Using this technique over and over again will become second nature, and it will really help you in your comprehension, but it will most likely help you greater in your review for tests and better your study skills. The Cornell method, a specific note-taking method that is known worldwide and very popular, is called the Cornell method, and it is from the Cornell School, which is in the East Coast. To perform the Cornell method, you'll notice that when you buy lined paper, there is always a very light red line on the left-hand side of the page. That is meant for the Cornell method. That's why you have that red line, and it's used as followed. Draw a line down your paper 2.5 inches from the left edge to create a note-taking margin for keywords. That's the red line, and it's already there if you buy lined paper. That's how famous this method is. After reading a section, review your thoughts. Remember, close your eyes. What did I read? What is important? And write sentence summaries on the right side of that red line. That's your complete sentence summaries. You're including your main ideas and your major details, which are your key details. Review your summary sentences and underline your key words. So make sure all terms are highlighted or underlined. Write the keywords on the left side of the paper. That is on the other side of that red line. So on the left side, you'll have all your key terms in your vocabulary. On the right side of the red line, you're going to have your actual sentence summaries, which are usually sentences or short phrases. Going by this method will help you quickly reference what's important, what's not, and reviewing for a test will be much easier than before. Summarizing, the third learning textbook activity. A summary is a short, concise method of stating the main idea and supporting detail. In a summary, all you're going to have is your main ideas and your major details. You do not include minor information. That's why it's so important to understand what's major and what's minor, because if you don't know, your summaries will always be wrong. And you'll be writing summaries forever in college. You'll always be writing summaries for every class, so it's so important to know what's supposed to be in and what is supposed to be out. Keywords and phrases are linked by complete sentences and presented in paragraphs. So your summaries are going to be paragraphs with complete sentences. So you're going to have your main idea, your major details. Next paragraph. Main idea, major details. Next paragraph. You will continue that ad nauseum until you have summarized the complete story, essay, or material that you're reviewing. Use your own words to show an understanding of the material. Do not cut and paste. That is considered plagiarism. You are stealing someone's information. So you have to use your own words. This helps you better understand the material and remember the material, but also in summarizing, you have to use your own words. Also, no opinions. It is only a summary of the material. Never use your own opinion. A summary has nothing to do with you. A summary has to do with condensing information. So no opinions, just the material, just the facts, just the main ideas and major details.